Welcome to another video in this special video series. I'm doing all about how to wholesale and flip houses during and as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. Now, a lot of changes are happening and it's important you stay up to speed so that you can adjust and adapt quickly. And this is the first of many videos addressing one of the biggest challenges facing real estate investors during and post COVID-19, and that is real estate funding for investors. Now, we are facing a COVID-19 cash crisis, and in this video, I'm going to cover how access to money for real estate deals is tightening up, how that is going to affect you as a wholesaler and a flipper, and 3 tips you can implement right now to overcome it and continue doing deals. All of that and more coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's virtual wholesaling guide so you can flip houses online without leaving your home. Download it now at virtualwholesaleguide.com.
Hey, if you're new here to this channel, I'm Jerry Norton with FlippingMastery.com, and this channel is all about ways to help you make money wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss new videos. This is now the 10th video I've released in this special video series all about how to wholesale and flip real estate during and post coronavirus. The game is changing and no one in the industry is working as hard as me to help you navigate through these unprecedented times so that you can come out victorious. Now, I've created a coronavirus playlist that you can find all of these videos, and I'll put that playlist link in the description below for you. Now, the topic I'll be covering in this video is one of the most important conversations that should be happening right now in the wholesaling and flipping industry and really all real estate investing, and I'm stunned, frankly, that it's not a bigger conversation. It's so critical that I'll be doing several videos to really cover this topic. I believe funding or lack of funding for real estate investments right now during and post-coronavirus is one of the biggest challenges we're facing, and if you're not prepared, it could grossly affect your real estate business. And as you'll see on this video, it especially applies to wholesalers, so keep watching. Let's start at the top so that you really grasp the big picture. In order for real estate investing to work on any level, there are 3 components that have to simultaneously work together. I call this the 3 prongs to real estate investing. The first prong is inventory, or in other words, access to discounted distressed properties that can be acquired to hold for cash flow or fix and flip for profit. Put simply, deals. The second prong is operators or investors. These are what we often refer to as cash buyers. It's individuals that buy, fix, and buy and hold, or buy, fix, and flip. And the third prong that makes prongs 1 and 2 even work is funding or financing, or what I call capital. It's the money for the investors to be able to buy the deals. Working together, this creates a harmonious relationship that allows for the world of real estate investing to work. Take 1 or more of the prongs away and real estate investing doesn't work. Dull the tip and it becomes more difficult. For example, in the recent booming economy and hot real estate market we've been experiencing, one of the most difficult challenges for investors has been finding good deals. Prong number 1. That's because inventory has been low, so investors have had to work extra hard to find those good deals. Meanwhile, cash buyers, prong 2, have been plentiful, and money for those deals, prong 3, has been easily accessible with risk being low and investor confidence being high. So let's talk about investment funding for a minute and then how that's been impacted as a result of COVID-19. Funding for real estate deals such as rental property loans, rehab loans, and spec loans for new construction are unconventional, or what are often called non-conforming loans. The lending industry treats loans for investments much differently than primary resident loans because they are higher risk loans. For example, if you have a home loan and a rental property loan and you come into a financial problem, you'll default on your investment property loan before your home loan where you live. To mitigate the risk, unconventional investment lenders usually require larger down payments, they charge more origination fees, and higher interest rates. For example, prior to COVID-19, a hard money loan for a fix and flip deal typically required a 20% down payment, charged 2 or 3 origination points, or 2 to 3% of the loan amount up front, and then 11 or 12% interest. That's much more expensive than financing an FHA loan to a first-time home buyer on a personal residence loan. By the way, for an in-depth understanding of how financing works for fix and flip loans, I did a video that breaks it down in detail. I highly recommend you watch that so that you understand how capital for deals works. I'll put the link to that video in the description box below and you can watch it later. What's important to understand is that when the real estate market is up, values are increasing and properties are appreciating, investment money for deals pours into real estate. Lending criteria for investment loans loosens up and access to money gets easier and the cost of money is cheaper. For example, I have a local bank that does new construction spec loans for me at 5% interest. That's crazy cheap. Easy access to money allows real estate deals to move quickly. It means buy and hold investors can get loans to buy more rental properties. It means fix and flip investors can easily get funding for their deals. And the cheaper the money and the lower the down payments, the more deals investors can do. This is good news for wholesalers because the more money for deals your cash buyers can get, the more deals they can do, which means you can wholesale them more deals. As a wholesaler, you are very, very interested in how your cash buyers get money for deals. If that dries up, it will be harder for them to do deals and in turn be harder for you to do deals. And when COVID-19 officially hit America in early March 2020, access to capital for investment deals literally changed overnight. The stock market crash began on Monday, March 9th, with the history's largest point plunge for the Dow Jones up to that date. It was followed by two more record-setting point drops on March 12th and March 16th. The stock market crash included the worst point drops in US history. Now, I'll never forget March 13th. I spent the entire day either visiting in person or talking on the phone with my private money lenders, hard money lenders, and bank lenders about my deals in progress, my deals on the books coming up, and where they stand overall about lending money in general. You see, when the stock market crashed, that immediately created a lot of panic and a lot of fear with investment lenders. Just to help you grasp what happened, I have a database of over 100 active nationwide fix and flip lenders. We have a portal inside my FLIPSTER deal management system for prime level subscribers where you can submit a deal for funding one time and it goes to all 100 asset lenders on the platform. And then like 6 or 7 of them will contact you immediately and then you get to choose the best for your deal. We call it the Funding Matchmaker Portal, and it's a really cool tool inside FLIPSTER for fix and flippers. By the way, if you've never heard of FLIPSTER, it's a cloud-based, all-inclusive deal management system to help you organize, streamline, and automate all of the steps to wholesaling and flipping houses, and access to funding is just one of dozens of tools included. To learn more and see it in action, just go to getflipster.com. Well, immediately on March 13th, more than 20% of our lenders pulled off the platform. They decided that the stock market crash and impending economic downturn created too much uncertainty in real estate and that it was too risky to lend on deals, and they just stopped lending. Some lenders even called loans due right in the middle of projects. Now, luckily that didn't happen to any of my existing projects. The ones that are still lending, without a doubt, are immediately tightening up the criteria. Now be sure to stay tuned as I do additional videos to talk about and explain what this new criteria looks like, but this is the elephant in the room that no one is talking about, especially in the wholesaling community. On a recent video in this coronavirus real estate series, I mentioned that we are experiencing during the COVID-19 crisis and will continue to experience post the COVID-19 crisis a major disruption in the flow of funding for investment deals. And that means if you are a fix and flipper watching this right now and you aren't well capitalized, or in other words, if you don't have capital reserves or lenders that will stand by you right now, you are going to struggle to fund your fix and flip deals. If you are well funded and still have solid access to capital, you're going to adjust and keep doing deals and probably get even better deals as your competition is getting thrashed. If you're a wholesaler, this means you need to assess your current cash buyer list because your poorly capitalized cash buyers are going to struggle to buy your deals. So here's 3 tips I have for you to implement immediately. Tip number 1. Do a financial probe on your cash buyers. Spend the time to talk to them and feel them out financially. Ask what their investing plans are during and post coronavirus. Do they plan on continuing to do deals? What is their new adjusted buy formula? And most importantly, how do they plan on funding deals? I have been point blank asking, are your capital sources still funding your deals? Okay, tip number 2, find the money for your cash buyers. This may sound ridiculous, but it's actually really smart. Take the time to find which lenders in your market are still lending and what their criteria is. Then don't just offer your deals to your cash buyers, but also offer a funding solution. Your job as a wholesaler is to solve problems, so you need to start solving a big one right now, and that's funding for deals. This will help you wholesale more deals. And finally, tip number 3 is a huge one. Find the displaced stock market money that is coming into real estate. Since that stock market crash, a ton of money is leaving the stock market and looking to park that money in real estate. Their number one objective is to protect their capital, and they can either become a private money source for fix and flip deals that you can offer your cash buyers, or they can become direct cash buyers for your wholesale deals. This actually just happened on one of my luxury fix and flip deals. Right after the stock market crash in March, I got a cash offer on one of my $1 million homes. I found at a closing that the buyer had pulled his money out of the stock market, and after crying himself to sleep over losing a third of his wealth, he went on a buying spree paying retail for real estate. He was desperately looking for a new home for his displaced stock market money. Now you better believe we're having a conversation about me helping him spend his money. Now if you think these 3 tips are brilliant, leave a comment and say, Jerry, you are a flipping genius. I'd love to hear from you, and stay tuned. I've got a new video coming out where I'll be interviewing a local hard money lender to discuss changes in lending criteria so that you can better understand how to adapt and adjust your wholesaling and flipping business during and post the coronavirus crisis. No one gives it to you straight up like me, and that's why this is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do that now, and remember, the most successful investors adapt quickly to market changes. Make sure that's you, and I'll see you on the next video.